Hello and welcome back to another video on the F1 Journal, and today we are looking at qualifying formats with last weekend at the Diriyah GP, introducing a new World Cup-like qualifying format and F1 introducing sprint qualifying format. I thought we'd look back at some of the good and the bad of F1 qualifying formats over the year and see what truly mad qualifying formats there's been. So let's get into it. Starting off with the good, we'll go from good to bad, and that is the current format. After several consecutive changes in the early 2000s, F1 finally struck gold with it. It reduced excitement from its very first weekend, with Kimi Raikkonen suffering a rear right suspension failure and short his elimination in Q1. The downside across the first few years is its introduction meant that refuelling was denied to see low fuel Q3 final laps, but this has soon been nuanced, and yeah, now in Q3 we can see the best driving around at their full. It's just brilliant to watch. Moving on then to the 12 lap shootout. Following decades of a trusty 2-session format, F1 made a bold switch to a shorter, sharper format. Anyone who can do basic maths and knows the average lap time knows it was going to be a lengthy period of no cars on track, but it's far more compact than anything that came before. Highlights including the filling qualifying session at Jerez in 1997 between two title protagonists Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve, an hour-long session with everyone on the track left plenty to spare, and that just continued throughout the year. Moving on then to one-shot quali, and yeah, this is good and the bad. Introduced in 2003, single lap qualifying initially saw drivers go out in championship order on Friday, with fastest lap times reversed to set the running order for the second session on Saturday. It's far more TV friendly. In 2004, the session was tweaked that both sessions ran on Saturday. The issue was that teams would sometimes deliberately jeopardise their first run if they believed that it would be better to run earlier in the second run. So yeah, it kind of did create some dodgy bits, but on the whole, it was a decent format. But moving on then to kind of one of the worst ones, and that's aggregate qualifying. On Saturday, the driver set one flying lap on low fuel, and that was then combined with one flying lap on high fuel. This led to a pole position time that was ridiculously high, and the format was dropped after 6 races. In its place was the single lap Saturday session. Aggregate qualifying was suggested by the FIA as a replacement to the failed elimination qualifying, but thank God that didn't happen, because yeah, we know how badly it worked the first time. And speaking of that particular method, the worst one, elimination qualifying. The idea was to inject more jeopardy into the format, and that really excited fans. Instead, it curtailed sessions and led to an anti-climax in Q3 as Hamilton clinched pole with 4 minutes remaining, while the Ferraris of Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen at the time was sat in the garage and watched on. Licky Lauda called it a big mistake, and Horner said F1 needs to apologise to the fan. The team said F1 will revert to the old format for the second round in Bahrain, only for the elimination system to continue, but thank God that was the last race of it. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave us comments down below for daily F1 news, and subscribe to our channel on the screen right now. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!